Thank you, Adriana. Great story, and that is what the coalition is about. It's about great stories of our employees and great stories of business owners that came here, many from tyrannical regimes, to come here to start a better life for their family, to employ people, and to give them a better life. And that's what we're here to support today. So I wanted to start by thanking you for taking the time to attend our second annual Game Changer of the Year Award. Welcome to Scarborough. And in case any of you did not see the men's junior hockey championships, there was a big shout out to Scarborough at the end, so you're in a great spot. So I feel when I look around the room, I feel like we're among family here. Generally, I have quite a bit to say, but I'm going to keep my remarks short tonight. We have a very exciting evening planned, and I'm so happy of what we are able to achieve in 3 short years with the coalition. We started our organization because we really felt that there was no voice for small to medium-sized business and for jobs in the country. The large business associations had virtually been taken over by NGOs, large corporations, and government organizations. There were more of them than there were to small to medium-sized business. And it's very important to support small to medium-sized business because, as I say all the time, 92% of all jobs are on small and medium-sized business. So we need to ensure their survivability, and we need to be able to ensure that they can prosper and grow, and we have a competitive environment. Yes. Increasingly, we see large corporations that have been co-opted by the left, and they're more concerned about globalism than standing up for middle-class prosperity, liberty, and defending against tyranny. The coalition came together because we realized that Canada was becoming increasingly uncompetitive, and it was an uncompetitive place to operate a business. That green energy program, the brainchild of Gerald Butts and the provincial Liberal government, raised our global adjustment so quickly that electricity was becoming completely unaffordable. Yes. The Liberals left our current government with such a broken system that industrial users in the province, Class B, such as myself and most of the people in this room, now pay the highest per kilowatt hour rate for electricity. In fact, my November bill was a staggering 28 cents a kilowatt hour. I had a $55,000 bill, only $2,000 was electricity, and $36.3 thousand was a global adjustment, and this is simply unsustainable. The federal Liberal carbon tax will be to fuel what the global adjustment was to electricity. And to illustrate that, we just have to look at BC carbon tax, where BC carbon tax is almost half of the fuel bill. It started out as just being 9%. We saw the same thing with global adjustment. It was a small portion of our bill, and now it's the majority of our bill. What is so alarming is that this carbon tax will do absolutely nothing to reduce global greenhouse gases. This has not deterred consumption whatsoever. This is the same experience that we've witnessed in other countries. In fact, our clean resources in Canada can be the solution for the planet, for a cleaner planet. Our liquefied natural gas can be exported to reduce Chinese dependence on coal. We can have jobs, we can have prosperity, and we can have a cleaner planet. Our theme for this evening is East supports West. The manufacturing system supports the resource sector. We want to highlight how interconnected those two sectors are and how much they mean to the GDP of the country. On our little street in Scarborough, we have 4 companies all beside each other that all support parts or pieces for the resource sector. Our manufacturing sector is under attack, not only from our federal government, but by foreign forces. This will cost jobs, and it will cost our prosperity, specifically at the middle class. The domino effect on our jobs, if this continues, will be staggering. Foreign environmentalists have influenced Bay Street and the financial community. ESG investing is the newest buzzword, and they use this as code for divest in the resource sector. And we cannot let that go unchallenged, because those are our middle class jobs, and those are what support prosperity. And our resource sector is the cleanest, again. We have to push back against these foreign forces that seek to destroy our resource sector. To that end, we are excited to announce the Coalition of Concerned Manufacturers and Businesses of Canada is partnering with the Manning Centre in an East-West Summit at the Manning Conference in March to discuss what is necessary to get this country moving again, and a strategy for both the resource and the manufacturing sector in order that we can preserve jobs. We are also announcing the launch of our Sister City initiative, where we twin East and West manufacturing cities with a West resource town so that we can share experience and we can support each other. This is about bringing our country together, not tearing it apart. Finally, this evening is about courage. It's about the courage for folks like our game changer, Dr. Patrick Moore, to speak the truth. The courage of Vice Admiral Mark Norman to defend himself and stand up to tyranny. The courage of our coalition to continue to be vocal and to stand up for what we believe in and demand change, and the courage for each and every one of you to show up today to show your support for small to medium-sized business, prosperity, and the jobs of our employees. We also are happy that you're here to support freedom, liberty, and the ability to have opposing solutions and critical thought. And when I look around the room, I see hope. It's not just hope for us, because if you look around the room, a lot of us are over 50. Okay, that's where you all gasp, because I'm over 50. So I'll say that again, and this time, get your line right. I'm over 50. Okay, it's true. Next year, I'm going to expect you guys all to remember that, by the way, without any prompting from me. So it's not just for us, in all seriousness, it's for our kids. And we're doing this for the next generation, because most of us have a few years that we're going to be retiring in, but we all want our kids to have jobs. We want them to have prosperity and have the life that we had. So it's our hope that through good policy, through good politicians, we can turn this ship around. I also see hope in the media that we have here tonight that can stand up to the tyranny of the mainstream media. We need, yes. Where's that media table? Give them a shout out. So we need to come together to demand change. We need to rock the boat. We need to save jobs and companies from leaving. This last year, Plastic Cap decided to move their business to Virginia, not because they wanted to, but because they had no choice. The gentleman who was the idea behind the coalition, Westlake Industries, has decided that he's just closing his business. And we need to prevent that from happening. We need to continue to raise the alarm, and we need to demand better policies. And I just want everyone to remember that never doubt that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So now I want to give you my thank yous. Thank you for the Gildan. Every time we come here, they do an amazing work. Thank you to the servers and the owners and the managers. You're just wonderful. Thank you. Thank you to my amazing board. You guys are great. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you to Shalini, who, if you ever need an event plan, she's your gal. Her daughter did the centerpieces. This is all a grassroots thing. We have students from the U of T. Thank you to them. Our photographer is a student. I want to thank Tim Egan for all his advice and wisdom over the years. I want to thank our award winners tonight for coming. I want to thank our politicians for coming and supporting us. What a refreshing environment it is to run a business, because I'm telling you, a few years ago, we wouldn't have had anyone come to support us. So thank you to you and for your support. And finally, I want to thank my family who has put up with me kind of being half-time at work, half-time at the coalition, half-time mother. I hope one day to be the mother you need me to be and the wife you need to be, but do not hold your breath. So you're going to have to just do with the best I can do right now. So thank you all for coming tonight, and I'm going to turn it over to the real talent that's going to speak next.